Hey everyone, and welcome to this SolidWorks assembly tutorial on conveyor belt, in which we will learn how to assemble this conveyor in SolidWorks. So let's begin. So first you need to open a new assembly file, cross any window which appears, cross this window as well. So in assembly tab you need to select this insert component button, and you need to go into the directory where you have saved all the parts. So in my case this is the conveyor belt, and first I will be importing the structural support which we have modeled in our previous tutorial. So you can click here in this window to place it properly here. So first I will show you how to fit what is the concept of fix and float. So as you can see, it wasn't moving previously, but when I right click on the part and click on float, so now it's moving, and now I will fix it again. There is one more thing, guys. In move component we have move and rotate. So let's suppose if I try to rotate and try to move this component, it's not gonna move or rotate. But when I float it, right click and float the body, and then I move the body and rotate it, it will then move and rotate. And as you can see, now it can move, now it can rotate very easily. But I will right click here and click on fix, because by default the first body should be fixed. It's better. Okay, and now let's move on to the other component. So I will select the insert component button, and then I will select the C channel which we have modeled in our previous tutorials, and I will place it here. Okay, now if you want to rotate it, you can rotate by using the rotate component button from here, as you can see. So after fixing the orientation, let me uncheck the real view graphics so that we can see it in better way. Here is the mate button. So I will right click here and clear this window. In this window we have to select these two faces to assemble it. The first face is going to be the C channel bottom, and this top face of the structural support. Then check this box. Okay, now we have to properly assemble it. So let me drag here the C channel. I will select the mate again. I will right click here and clear the window. Select this back face of the channel and this face of the support, and check the box for the mate. There is one more mate required to properly assemble it. As you can see, it can move still here. Okay, so if I first select any face, this will appear by default here. So I will make sure to clear this window first. Then I will select this face of the support and this face of the channel. I will assign it a distant mate. So this is the distant mate. You can see it from here. We have to adjust the distance. So I will give it a distance of 200 millimeters, and then check the box. Okay, now this is assembled. I want more structural support, so I will select the linear pattern in the first window, which is the direction 1 window. I will select this edge because the linear pattern is along this line, and then component to pattern I will select this structural support. I will increase the number from here, as you can see, and I can increase the distance from here. So let me specify the distance. As you can see, now the distance has been adjusted correctly, and then check the box. So now this is the linear pattern, guys. Alright, after that I will select the insert component button again, and I will select the material safety frame which we have modeled in our previous tutorials, and I will place it over here. You can rotate it as per you like in order to correctly orient it before you assemble it. Okay, so let me again rotate it in this view like this. Alright, so I will assemble it in this orientation, the C channel in this direction and material safety frame in this direction, or you can say the opposite direction. I will select the mate in this window first. I will clear this window. Then I will select this bottom face of the material safety frame and top face of the C channel so that they can get assembled like this. So this is the first mate. Alright, then now let's talk about the second mate. So I will select this line, this edge of the material safety frame and this edge of the C channel so they can get assembled like this. There is one more mate required, guys. I will drag here the material safety frame, and again I think this is better to assign a distance mate. So I will select this face of the material safety frame and this face of the C channel, and this is the distance mate. I can adjust the distance from here. Okay, so let's say this my distance is fine, although we can update it from the design tree anytime later, so that's not a problem. I will show you exactly how to do that. Now I want more, so I will drop down the linear pattern window. I will select the mirror component. In the bottom window I will select this material safety frame. In this top face, either we have to select the face or the plane, so I will select this face of the material safety frame, select this forward button, and here we go. We have the material safety frame right here. Otherwise we have to insert it and assign the mates, but this way we can very easily do this thing. I will repeat this process. I will clear this window first, and in this window I will select these two material safety frames. In the top window I will select this face of the material safety frame, the second one, so that they can get mirrored like this. Now I would require one more, so what I will do, I will select the mirror component again. In this bottom window I will select only this one, the last one, and in the above window I will select this face, and by pressing the forward button you can see, here we go, we have this material safety frame. Now one more thing, and that I have told previously, to specify the distances, because here the distances are not equal. So here we have the option for the mates. We have the last this distance mate, so right click here and click on the added feature, and you can change this distance, because these are not correct right now, so you can lower this or increase it as per you like. I'm adjusting it, check the box, and here we go. So previous mates can be adjusted, guys, as well. Now this is correct. Okay, so we have got the material safety frames correct. Now let's move on to the next component. So I will select the insert component button, and this time I will select the bearing housing again, which we have modeled in our previous tutorials, and I will place it over here. Okay, now first I will go to file, click on save as, because SOLIDWORKS can crash anytime, so I will make sure that I don't lose the progress. So I will save this file as conveyor belt assembly, although step by step I will save this file so that we don't lose the progress. I will select the mate, select this bottom face of the bearing housing, top face of the C channel, this face and this face, and it should be parallel, guys. So select parallel, make sure to select parallel and not coincident. Again select the mate, and this time I will clear this window, go to the advanced mates, and in the advanced mates we have the width mate, where we have two windows for the width selection. So in first window I will select these two opposite faces of the bearing housing. As you can see, it has automatically moved to the lower window, where I will select the two flat faces, two opposite flat faces of the C channel, so this width mate can be applied properly. Let me show you from the top. So symmetric, it will assemble the body symmetrically like that, equal distances from both sides. I will drag and place it over here, and as you can see it's a little bit bigger, so right click here and open it as a part file. You have to select the very first option for that, and right click here on the very first pass extrude sketch, and I will shorten this length from 140 to, let's say, 120. Check the box, exit the sketch, and let me see if we have problem with the holes. Yes, so we have to adjust this as well. So the second is the extrude cut, so I will right click here on the sketch and select the very first option, which is added sketch, and I will reassign this value from 15 to 10. No, 12.5 would work properly, so let's say 12.5. Exit the sketch. I will save this part, so I go to file, click on simply save button, and I will cross this window, and let's see the updated thing in the assembly. And as you can see now, I think this seems correct. So that's how you can re-edit the part in SolidWorks while assembling them. Okay, now let's select the mate, and let's clear this window first. I will select this flat face of the C channel and flat face, not the fillet face, the flat face of the bearing housing. And let's say that we assign the distance mate, and let's say we assign some distance over here, as you can see it from here, and then check the box. Okay, so now let's go to the design library, go to the toolbox, select add in row, and let's find some bearings. So I will go to the DIN, expand the bearing, ball bearing, and here we have the angular contact ball bearing, guys. As soon as you place it over here, you will see the configuration window, and select this. I will select this size, as you can see, this one, and it has these. Make sure the thickness is 14. Number of balls, you can say full, and make sure that this is detailed, and then check the box. As soon as you check the box, it will ask you to place more, so I don't need. I will cross this window. Let's assemble it. So select the mate, clear this window, select this inner face of the bearing housing, this inner face of the bearing, and then check the box. It will automatically say concentric mate. Drag it like that, very near to bearing housing, and this is again going to be the wet mate, guys. Okay, so go to the advanced mates, and here we have got the wet mate. So in the first selection, I will select the two opposite faces of the bearing housing and two opposite flat faces, not the fillet faces, flat faces of the bearing, and then check the box so that it can assemble symmetrically inside of the bearing housing. And as you can see, this is assembled correctly. Alright, although we can linear pattern or mirror this, but let me save this file so that we don't lose the progress. Okay, let's select the insert component button, guys, and let's insert the roller which we have modeled in our previous tutorial, and place it over here. You can move or rotate as per you like. For me, it is at correct orientation, or if you want to rotate it, you can rotate it just like that. It's up to you. You can move it like that. Okay, now let's assemble it with the bearing housing. So I will select the mate. I will clear this mate selection window and select the inner face of the bearing housing and this circular face, this one, of the roller, and then check the box. It's automatically assigned the mate. Move it a little bit further, clear the window first, right click here, clear selection, select this face of the roller, and I will select this face of the C channel. Although you can specify some clearance, but I will say, let's say they are coincident. Check the box so that they can get assembled just like that. So this is assembled correctly, guys, and that's all for the assembly tutorial 1. and I will see you in the assembly tutorial 2, where we can complete this SolidWorks assembly of the conveyor belt. Thanks for watching and see you in the next tutorial.